Ram trucks built to serve.
Welcome back to the show. We are now joined by Heisman Trophy winner and Pro Bowl running back Baltimore Ravens Mark Ingram. Mark, good morning. Thank you so much for being with us today. You are here on behalf of Walgreens and tomorrow's 6th annual Red Nose Day. Why don't we start off the interview by just sort of giving us some details, telling us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, I'm excited to partner with Walgreens on this great cause, Red Nose Day. Basically, it's an annual campaign to raise awareness and funds to end child poverty. So all the donations, 100% of the donations go to help kids eat, stay educated, stay healthy, stay safe. And I think that's very important, to take care of our youth and make sure they're good and thriving. So be able to partner with them on Red Nose Day is a blessing, and I'm excited that they, allow me to partner with them for this great cause.
Mark, last year, you and that Ravens offense was the story of the NFL season. I know we put a disproportionate amount of focus in sports commentary on how a season ends, but over the journey of the season, you guys took the league by storm, and you were a dominant, almost unprecedented offense in your guys' approach. What was that ride like throughout September, October, November, December, and watching not only what Lamar was doing, but what you as an offense as a whole were able to do?
Man, we just had so much love for each other. We had guys who care about the game of football. We have guys who care about each other. Great character guys who understand the value of stacking one day at a time, putting in the work so we can go out there and have success on Sundays. And we'd work hard all week long, and we'd go out there and we let it loose on Sundays, and we have fun doing it, man. When you're out there making plays and you're out there winning games, it's a great time. It's a fun time. And I'm just thankful to be in a great organization with great players, great ownership, great coaches, all around, man. It's a first-class organization, man, and they have a championship mentality, and it showed last year. Unfortunately, we weren't able to finish the job, but I know we've had a good offseason, and everybody's eager to get back so we can try and get that championship back to Baltimore.
Mark, I saw a video of you working out, and the video was fascinating, and the caption was fascinating. I want to read the caption, then ask you a question. Working with my guy, Mark Ingram, on some combined hand-eye coordination and footwork endurance to improve disassociation of hands and feet with increased cognitive demand. Okay, so can you break that down in plain English? And specifically, what are you trying to accomplish with this drill, and how does it translate to the football field?
Basically, that's, very doctor terms, and it sounds awesome. So, no, but you're basically just trying to keep your foot going while catching these tennis balls that he's throwing at you, and kind of the disassociation of your feet and your hands. You can't concentrate on your feet, really, but you got to concentrate on your hands, so you got to be able to do it both, be effective while doing both. That was my first time doing the drill. Dr. Reef always comes up with some crazy stuff. This was helping me rehab my calf, which I kind of injured a little bit towards the end of the season. So it helped me rehab my calf. Also, a little bit of cardio, light cardio. You don't notice it right now, but you be breathing hard after about 10 sets of doing these different variations of footwork on this Bosu ball. But just putting work in, man. Just putting work in, trying to get better, trying to stay healthy, and trying to improve to, have a better year this year.
I like it, Mark. The disassociation, right? So you're not thinking as much when you get out on the football field. So your relationship with Lamar, it was really fun to watch last year. You were sort of his hype man all season long. The guy goes and wins the MVP. Going into this season, how much better can he get? What is his ceiling, as well as we saw him play last year? I mean, you probably know him better than anyone.
Man, I don't think he has a ceiling. He's just an amazing athlete, amazing football player. He has the drive to want to be the best. He has the focus to want to be the best. He has a work ethic to, want to be the best, And I just admire the way he approaches everything, man. He appreciates his teammates. He appreciates those around him. He doesn't think he's bigger than anybody. He's really humble. And, man, I think he doesn't have a ceiling. I think he's going to improve a lot this year. It was his second year, and last year, and this year is going to be his third year. And I think he's just going to continue to get better, continue to improve. And I think that's what scares people, is because I don't think we've seen the best of this kid at all yet.
Mark, we've gotten to know Alvin Kamara a bit on this show. We had him on his rookie year. We've had him on a few times since. And every time he's talked about how instrumental you were in helping him learn how to be a pro, helping him become the best version of himself as a player. And he was taken, I think, with the 67th overall pick. Now, in Baltimore, you guys just took J.K. Dobbins with around the same, I think it was 55th overall pick. You obviously have experience helping the highly touted, highly drafted running back out, but you also have the experience of the year after they draft that guy, you went and had to find a new home. So when you see J.K. Dobbins drafted, I imagine there's some push and pull emotionally for you, and I don't know if you can explain that to us from a player's perspective.
Man, this is the NFL. They're always looking to find a young, new, fresh player. I don't think there's ever been a year in the league where I haven't had to compete in the running back room, or where they haven't tried to bring a young guy in that is going to be great for the team one day. And I'm not afraid of competition. I'm not afraid of having to prove myself year in and year out. And in order to win a championship and be a great team, you got to add great players. And New Orleans did that, adding Alvin, and Baltimore surely did that this year, adding J.K. and all the other picks we got. So we just try to grow together as a team. You try to iron sharpen iron, man. It sounds cliche, but it's the truth. Competition breeds excellence. So if everybody's running to their best abilities and playing to their best ability, it makes you have to elevate your game. So if everybody's elevating their game, everybody's playing at a high level every single week, every single game, and that gives you the best shot at winning a championship. So, you just welcome it, man. You welcome it, you work your butt off, and you don't worry about things you can't control. I can control how I prepare. I can control how I come into the season. I can control how I play. And, that's how it goes, man. I'm excited about him joining the room. I like him. He's reached out to me. We've been talking. And, I think we're going to have a great room, and we're going to do great things.
Mark, I'm going to switch gears a little bit and ask you about the Jordan documentary, The Last Dance, and because I think you're an interesting person to ask this question to. We saw so much intensity, and Jordan refers to himself as a tyrant and being really demanding and at points mean to his teammates. Then we see some videos of the Ravens, and it's a big love fest, and it seems like the best chemistry in the NFL. How do you balance, or what was one of your takeaways from The Last Dance, and how demanding and meanness versus kind of joy and positive chemistry?
I just think the environment of every team is different. And what Mike had going on, man, was second to none. That was my favorite team growing up. Watching him, he was my favorite player. And he said that, like, when he first got to Chicago, they weren't a winning program. So when people came to the Bulls, he had to make them play to his standard of excellence. And his standard of excellence was championship or nothing. So if he felt like he needed to, get at you or confront you in order to get the best out of you, then that's what he did. And sometimes, he let Rodman go to Vegas in the middle of the playoffs. You know what I mean? It was just, you just give and take. And, he had three-peated 2 times in a row and best player of all time. But I think it's just the environment of your team, man. You have, even if you do have, a lax feel about it, you have to have guys that understand. You have to be able to lock in and perform at your best when it's time to play the game. And, you can have fun. You can be loose. You can love being around each other. But when it's time to play the game, when it's time to kick the ball off, you got to lock in. You got to be playing at the best of your ability and at the highest level possible in order to, get a win for your team. So it's just a balance between the two. And every team has a different environment. Every team has a different personality about it.
Mark, I know that week 1, everyone's going to say we're focused just on our next opponent. And you guys have a Cleveland team that actually was one of the only teams that beat you last year. One of the only teams that's beaten Lamar when he's been a starter. I think you're 19-3 in the regular season with Lamar as a starter. But the other game you have early is a team that I'm curious, we got about 60 seconds here. You've got Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in week 3. Most people think the best 2 teams in the conference. Have you circled that game on your schedule? We got about 35 seconds left.
Of course, man. You got the Super Bowl champions coming to town. I know last year we had to go to KC. I think the year before that they had to go to KC. So just to have them come into just to have them in the bank, coming to the bank. Monday night had the champs coming to the crib. You know, that's something you definitely circle, something you definitely look forward to. In order to be the champ, you got to dethrone the champ. So hopefully that'll be our first step to being able to be champions. One of our steps.
Mark Ingram, just to quickly recap, he's ready for the season, and he thinks Jordan was better than LeBron. I love it. No better way to end the show.
Hey.
Mark, thank you